refuse to lose. I'm built to win. Apply myself. I filled it in. No time for the doubt. They counted me out. I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss.
Pacers were going to make the playoffs. It didn't end so well for you, brother.
If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool.
You fell asleep at the trade deadline when we had a trade to get Kyle Lowry out of here.
They told me I couldn't do it. They told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie. I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me, keep on running. Toes they gonna take
this is what we got to tell.
I've been sad doing this.
I filled it in. No time for the doubt. They counted me out. I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss. I pay for the cost. I'm winning to win. Yeah. Refuse to lose. I'm built to win. Apply myself. I filled it in. No time for the doubt. They counted me out. I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss. I'm paying the cost. I'm in it to win. Yeah. Refuse.
Gary.
Welcome to Refuse to Lose Sports. My name is Joe Jordan. Excited about today's episode. We got some great topics for y'all. And I got my two co-hosts here with me. But before I bring them to the floor, let me tell y'all what we will be talking about today. We got to talk about the new NBA deal with Amazon, even though TNT said they matched the deal with the iconic show Inside the NBA going into their last season. We got to react to that. Man, Deshaun Jackson, he joined the show Speak. He got some worries about Jalen Hurts and the Kellen Moore offense. Wants to dumb it down. But we got to address that video. Man, Tom, I got the video cooked up for us. Jamar Chase, I mean, he feeling a little salty about Patrick Mahomes winning the last two Super Bowls. He didn't want to say his name. We got to talk about that. And lastly, the topic of the day, I mean, I'm seeing it everywhere. CeeDee Lamb is holding out. Who's going to carry first? CeeDee or keeping up with the Joneses? All right. So look, I got two of my bros with me. I got Davey Dollars here, fresh out the doghouse. And I not fresh, you didn't have episode, you don't say. It's the name of the show, Dave's Doghouse, right? And based on this episode today, a few people might go into the doghouse. And we got Mr. Gadon Son himself, host of In the Red Corner, my man Tomo. How y'all doing, fellas?
I don't know if you see it, man. I'm waving a white flag, man. I'm waving a white flag, man. And I don't know if you've seen the training camp post conference from Jerry Jones, but as a Cowboy fan, man, I don't know, man. I'm doing good, though. I'm doing good. Football season is going to be a long football season. Outside of that, I'm good, man. I'm ready to talk some sports with my bros.
Hey, Tom, I got a question.
Go ahead.
Is that Pat Riley and Jerry Jones in your shirt?
That's big. That's why I wore it. That's why I wore it. You already know.
It's absolutely the or you could say Pat Riley and Joe Biden. You just one of them two. Yeah.
I got the three.
Exactly. Man, I'm feeling great today. I'm ready to talk about these topics, man. We got holdouts, we got hold-ins. There's a whole lot going on in the NFL offseason. We got somebody that already tore their ACL. So, prayers to you. Hope you have a great recovery. Two people. Man, shows you how busy I was today. I only knew about one. But, man, I'm excited to talk about these topics, man. And I'm excited to have some fun. It is Thursday, and just like Thursday, just like Tuesday, just like Monday, it's the day before Friday. It's pre-Friday, So pre-Friday, we turn up. Turn me up, 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 up. Jody, do your thing.
And Coach said this is a season where all them ACLs start tearing. That's what he said, and it's just sad to say, but it's true. That's why we don't make our predictions until after the training camp, right? But listen, y'all, we are streaming this on two platforms, YouTube and Facebook. So make sure y'all like the video on both of the platforms. Subscribe and follow on all of our social media platforms. We got content coming out for y'all every single day. So make sure y'all do that. And if you haven't yet, share this video with a football fan, NBA sports fan, anybody, so they can come on live and watch with y'all, right? And they're gonna watch live with y'all. And you can use the comment section because we can see all the comments y'all will be putting out. Shout out to my man Daniel, back being number one. Hey everyone, happy Thursday. Yes, sir. Turn me up. And sit back and relax and enjoy the rest of the show. Tomo, like my part owner.
Man, oh man. So this first topic, man, there's gonna be a lot of details going into this introduction because the way the streaming wars have begun, it's getting ugly out there. Now we already knew that maybe we knew that Charles Barkley said that he wasn't coming back to inside the NBA after this season, but who knew that the whole show probably wouldn't be coming back after this season? Because look, streaming is taking over. The new cable was here. 9 times out of 10, when you ask, you like, hey man, what channel is the game gonna be on? Now you got to be like, what stream is the game on? Because now you got to pay that $4.99 or $5.99 or $2.99, or if you want to pay the $1.99 for the year subscription. I don't know how you're gonna do it, but the streams are here. And the NBA deal with Amazon, they said, hey man, we're gonna offer you this amount of money, and then TNC came back and said, yeah, we want to match it. And just like the Wizards, they actually didn't go with the deal. They let they actually brought Otto Porter back. The Wizards should have let him go to the Nets, but in this case, Amazon got that deal and TNT was just left in the dust. So this is gonna be our last year with Inside the NBA. Now we got to react to it, but if you want to break down to what's gonna happen in the deal, we can do that now, or we want to do it later.
Go ahead and break it down.
All right, here we go. So the NBA agreed on such tantalizing opportunity with Disney, NBC, and Amazon. The league's old 9-year, $24 billion deal generated $2.6 billion in revenue annually. It's reported that the new deal is 11 years, 76 billion. It's a lot of money. 76 bill. I'm gonna say bill because that's a lot of money. I can't even say it, yuns. But they say it would earn around $6.9 billion annually. Now, when you want to watch your games, I got to pull the phone out for this one. So NBC/Peacock will air up to 100 NBA regular season games per season, with over half of the games on NBC on Sunday and probably Tuesday nights. Now, if you go to Disney, that's ABC/ESPN. They will distribute 80 regular season games per season. This will include 20 games on ABC, some of them on Saturday nights. That's NBA Saturday primetime, which we've seen before. They're getting some games on Sunday afternoons, and up to 60 games will be on ESPN. Oh, hold up, NBA Sunday Showcase. Sorry about that. And up to 60 games will be on ESPN, generally on Wednesday nights and occasionally Friday nights. So I guess with ESPN, they kind of keep in their same schedule. Now, this is where it gets funny because Prime jumps in. Here come Amazon. They will broadcast 66 NBA regular season games on Prime Video each season. This will include Thursday night doubleheaders starting in January, Friday evening doubleheaders, select Saturday afternoon games, at least one game on Black Friday. Oh, they running down on football. All right, okay. At least one game on Black Friday. That's, of course, the day after Thanksgiving, and the quarterfinals and semifinals and the knockout rounds of the Emirates NBA Cup. Wow. Let's go, fellas. Like, how we feeling? That's a lot.
So look, me personally, obviously, the main thing everybody's focused on is Inside NBA. All right, that's what we're really losing is Inside NBA, and you gotta add another membership to your collection. All right, Amazon. If you don't have it, if you're just an NBA fan. And yeah, it's sad to see it go, but I do want, and everybody's mad. You know, I hear people saying like, "Oh, why we gotta focus on making more money? Why can't we get the fans what they want?" Now, look, I want to say this. This might be an unpopular topic. Stop crying. Stop crying. At the end of the day, Dave and Tomo, do you watch basketball for Charles Barkley, Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny Smith?
No.
I mean, great show.
Depends on the game.
Okay.
They be having some bad matchups.
They do, but I don't watch it for them. They have a great show, but no.
Yeah. Now you have fans who watch it because of that, right? You have fans that do that, right? But at the end of the day, it's a growing sport still. They just said when the Dream Team played, right? There was X amount of people. I don't know the exact number. It was like less than 20 amount of NBA players they had to go against, right? Where this year they got to go against 80 plus basketball NBA players. You know what I mean? So the game is growing since Adam Silver's been in the commissioner. He banned Sterling. Everybody's talking about that, right? He banned Sterling. Contracts has gone up. We got a 65 game limit minimum that I think all the fans are excited about. He did. He tried to get credit with the All-Star game. Hey, KD said, hey, we should pick teams. That's what he said. Y'all go ahead and do it. So his vision so far has been really good. He also added the Eastern Conference Finals MVP, West Conference Finals MVP. He also added the players to each award. So they added a clutch player. So he's done things to try to make the game better. And what I like what he said was, we are trying to be more like the NFL. NFL is taking over. They got who posted that Carmelo clip in the chat? I forgot who was you talking about? Or Dave?
So.
One of y'all posted.
It depends on what he said.
It might have been. I don't. I think it was me. Maybe.
Probably. They shot.
I know which one you're talking about. This is the one he was talking about. They asked about the NFL having a Christmas game.
Yeah, that was me. They taking
over everything, bro. First they got Thanksgiving. Now they about to have a Christmas. So the NBA is trying to keep up. So listen, if Adam Silver has a vision, and people say Adam Silver said that they said TNT did not match, but TNT is saying they did match. So TNT can't sue them. You know what I mean? That's what they said they could. But Adam Silver, mine was already made up. That's what it looked like. And if it's for the better, to make more money, go that route, because we're going to watch the NBA regardless. We complain about Peacock, Amazon, but we still want Thursday Night Football. Like, I got that membership because of the NFL. You know what I mean? So that's all I got to say with that. It's sad to see them go. And they did say they're going to try to recruit them still to do the show. So hopefully that can still happen. But if we lose inside NBA, how do I say goodbye? But I'm going to keep watching NBA.
Yeah, ESPN is offering the entire crew to come work.
Oh, ESPN doing that?
Uh-huh.
They smart. Stephen A, put in word in.
Made the call.
Yeah, ESPN gave them all the offer. Ernie, Shaq, Charles, Kenny, all of them.
But I gotta be a part of it though.
They want to bring them. They want to bring them to the to ESPN. So I think it's a great deal for the NBA. For me, I think that's an awesome deal for the NBA. For one, I mean, most of the popular games we used to watch back in the day were on NBC. Because NBC is what people used to see Jordan on and Kobe in the early days. NBC was pretty much the basketball channel. Yeah, all the popular games were on that channel. And now NBC is back, so that's going to bring more money to the NBA. And then you still have ESPN and ABC. Yeah, I know. Excited just like me. You know how we feel about about NBC. That's how I feel. That's just I didn't bring that boaster out, but I think this is a great deal for the NBA. And just like Joe said, the NBA is growing every single year. They're always improving. And even with them changing the All-Star game, they went back. It was like, all right, look, we see that's not working. Let's go ahead and bring it back to the Eastern Western Conference. Because they're doing whatever they can to try to make it fit for everybody. I think the only thing that they have to do now is try to make certain contests in the All-Star weekend more attractive so the stars can be a part of the game, other than Steph going to get Sabrina in a random three-point contest. But and that was great. That actually got more watch than the regular three-point contest and the dunk contest. So it's just that. And then the All-Star game has to be a little bit more competitive as well. I would like – I got one thing I thought about too when it comes to the All-Star game. I think they should go back to where all the guys wear their home jerseys.
I like that. I
think if they go back to that, if they do that, that also would be good too. So this is good. I mean, it's like you said, it's sad to see them go. If this is it for them, for Charles and them, because they were very entertaining. One of the most hilarious shows, one of the most entertaining shows on TV, especially ones that talked about basketball, because there's no other NBA show that's like that, honestly. If you think about how it's run, there's no other NBA show that's like that. So it's going to be hard to replace it. But, I mean, it's not going to be that much missed because the NBA is still going to make money. They said they're going to make about $6.9 billion, but it's basically $7 billion a year that they're going to make. So they're not losing anything. And it's just going to become even more popular, especially now with the WNBA being included in that deal, because the WNBA is getting, I think, $2.2 billion a year for that. So that's going to help them out. So that's awesome, man. I mean, I like the fact that this is happening, and I can't wait to see what happens after next season. I mean, I can't wait for this season, of course, but I can't wait to see how it's going to grow the season after this one coming up.
Yeah, I mean, like you all said, I mean, I remember one of the most great final runs by Allen Iverson, and that finals was actually airing on NBC. I remember that. I only remember because I remember the peacock in the corner when he dropped that 50 on the Lakers. But outside of that, times change, people change, things change, and that just occurs. I mean, inside the NBA was only on NBA TV at one point. Now, that's another question too. I was listening to this on the radio, and it was like, so because of this deal, what happens to NBA TV now? Because that's kind of like a Warner Brother, like they're tied in. Does that now go over to Amazon? Because I heard that Amazon will take over Warner Brothers Discovery and NBA, basically the League Pass, the NBA League Pass package. Now, how does that work with Amazon Prime members? Like, do we got to pay extra for that? Because Prime already expensive. Like, do you got to pay for that too? Or do you just got to watch the 30-second to a minute commercial and then everything just plays out after that? I don't know. It's a lot going on there. But again, as far as being a new kid and seeing iPods take over for MP3s, streaming is just going to take over. It just is what it is at this point. If you know somebody that got a Peacock account, hey, man, break down and share the password with them. I don't know how if they're going to Netflix it, but this is just what it is. Now, another thing I want to say is it's going to be sad to see Shaq and them go, because yes, it was hilarious seeing them run up to the board and then Shaq and Barkley go back and forth. But what would a new show look like? I mean, that's really what I'm here to see, because nothing can compare to that. But I just want to see the chemistry that they can put together there, because that halftime show on ESPN, it's good to see Stephen A go back and forth with the ex Warriors GM. Like, he brings a little spice to it, because he like, Stephen, I don't agree with nothing that you say right now. Like, I don't understand. Like, why do you think this way? But it's just stuff like that. You just got to wait to see what the new element is. And it's not a Skip Bayless-esque show, so we know it's not going to plummet.
Yeah, I also think that they might, if they do get them guys, they're going to have to come up with another name for it, because TNT owns the rights to Inside the NBA, unless they try to buy the rights to the show as well. But it will have to be a new name for the show.
I don't know. They might put Ike Turner. The name stays with me.
It's funny you mentioned the Bob Myers. You got the GM who see this dude always talking about his players, and they on the show together. They do be bumping heads. He was like it be stuff like this guy be saying. I was like, dang, I never said nothing like that. Like, they be going at it, but how do I? Oh, you hear them vocals? Yeah, I hear them vocals. Yeah, that wasn't the phone. That was me.
You sure?
We heard you try it.
You sure?
We heard you try it.
It's a no for me, dog. Well, man, y'all. We'll see what happens in one more season. Hopefully they do something where they can swing and tie in the WNBA League Pass into this one, because I know they got two separate ones, and these passes getting expensive.
Man, yeah, put them together, bro.
They're trying to do a WNBA show just like the NBA shows as well too.
So, yeah, that's gonna be tight.
We already got like the ticket, you know what I mean? Now we got to deal with, come on, man. All these memberships, man, subscriptions.
I'm saying, like, I'm with the premium subscription. Like, I'll pay the premium subscription, but then you, like, on top of the premium subscription, you want me to pay $200 for Sunday ticket? Like, I like the Cowboys, but come on now. They ain't $200. That's a discount. They want like $4. Like, sheesh,
that's a lot.
Some people will say, man, you need more time. We need more money. But this team just need more something. I don't know. Is it Kellen Moore? Is it more offensive play? I don't know. But in this sports world, things happen all the time. You get so many sports bites. So shout out to training camp, because you're going to get sports bites from everywhere. I said something about the Jerry Jones press conference. We may talk about that one tomorrow, or we may do something like talk about why former AP / former Super Bowl runner-up is saying that his new offensive coordinator is putting a lot of pressure on him. Some people would say it. There's a clip out there, I went and found it. I scoured through the internet and found this clip of D-Jack calling out a certain offensive coordinator saying, hey, man, I need you to, why am I doing it? And I got the clip. D-Jack. Help me out right quick.
I'm a little concerned, and the reason why.
Off on you like that.
No, I mean, honestly, when we talked about it, I want to. I'm gonna take these glasses off. I'm gonna speak to Kellen Moore. Hey, Kellen Moore. I know Philadelphia. You got my boy kind of, he's stuttering. I don't usually hear him stuttering like that. Make it condensed for him. The terminology, the plays, we got to be quick. We started 10-1 last year and we failed. We lost about 4 games. So for me, I'm a little concerned. But I know one thing. I know Philadelphia, them fans, they ain't going to allow that. Hey, you better get it right for my boys over there, man, because I know when I say we, my 25-10 partner, hey, we need you to show up and show out, man. So for me, I know my.
Now, a lot happened in that clip. But one thing that is funny is about 2 days ago, I said AJ jumps in the chat after Kevin started something, and he'd be like, "Who was that?" "That's my boy. We rep the same smile." And he was like, "And we?" Man. So basically, if you don't know where that clip came from, it's basically a comment that was someone asked Jalen Hurts at training camp. They was like, "Hey, man, how you feeling about the offense?" And he was just like, "Look, man, one, we already heard the quote about him saying 95% of our offense is new, but he's also feeling like there's a lot to learn with this new offensive scheme. This is his 3rd OC in, like he said, 10 years because, going back to college. So there's a lot for him to learn going into this season." And Dave, since you the last team that like you all started this, how you feeling about the D-Jack video?
Is this going to create more criticism for Hurts that he can't learn another offense? How many quarterbacks needed the offense to be dumbed down for them? Because that's kind of sort of what he's saying, right?
He said condensed.
Condensed, dumbed down. It's the same thing. Didn't they know this when they hired Kellen Moore, that it would be a difficult offense to remember? They knew this, though, correct? So why is it becoming an issue now? Why did he not pick up the offensive playbook when they hired him? Did he not ask for it? Don't most quarterbacks or most playmakers do that as soon as they figure out they have a new offensive coordinator? I know I've heard it multiple times before. But I mean, he has a lot of weapons. So are we going to make excuses again this season if it doesn't work out, saying that the offense is because it's a new offense, he don't know what he's doing and stuff like that, and it's going to take him a while to figure it out, even though he has these weapons? I don't know. I don't really know what to think of this. More so, I just want to see how it plays out on the field. I'm not really going to make any judgment on what D-Jack is saying right now or anything like that, because I want to see I want to see what the offense is going to be like. I want to see how it's going to affect Jalen Hurts and Saquon Barkley and the other guys. And
Why I could just hear someone's voice reading that, man. That's the sad part.
That's why I couldn't hold my laugh, man. I couldn't. I think it's going to be interesting to see how this offense is going to look now with Jalen Hurts at quarterback, because he is probably the most, between the two quarterbacks that Kellen Moore has had, I think he's the different of the three. Like, if you look at Dak and Justin Herbert, they're more so, and this is not to say that Jalen Hurts is not a thrower of the football, but these guys are more pocket passers than he is. Mm-hmm. Jalen Hurts is not necessarily a pocket passer, even though we know he can throw in the pocket. It's just that he does a lot more running and other things outside of just being in the pocket. So it's going to be interesting to see how this goes. And then what's the effect going to be for Saquon Barkley? Are they going to run the ball more? Because that's not normally what happens with Kellen Moore. He normally throws the ball a lot more. So is it going to be just like last year where Jalen Hurts threw the ball a lot more and he threw a lot of picks, and they ended up going 11-6 in the NFL season? Is that going to happen again where it looks good for the first 10, 11 games and then it just drops off? I think we just got to see exactly what it's going to look like. And that's kind of sort of what I'm feeling right now. We could, of course, control it because, like I said, they're dumbing it down and condensing it for Jalen Hurts. But honestly, I just want to see exactly how it's going to look for the Eagles. I mean, we're not playing this year, so it's not like I could care less. So,
which I'm still upset about, because like, why we gotta play y'all again? Like, here we go again.
You won the division, so
I don't care about that. I don't care about that. care about it. We won the division because of what I mean. Outside of I don't know what 4 games he was talking about, but that's why we won the division because they went on that landslide. I mean, technically, all they had to do was beat the Cardinals. Shout out to AJ for bringing that back up. But one thing I will say is consistency does matter sometimes with some quarterbacks, and I think with this quarterback, he needs consistency because the 1 year, I mean, the 2 years where he had Shane Steichen, those were his best years. I mean, in 2021, he threw for 3,100 yards, 16 touchdowns, while rushing for like 784, and he had 10 touchdowns. And then they made the playoffs. I mean, they limped into the playoffs, but they made it. Then you bounce back in 2022. We all know what happened that year. They went to the Super Bowl. He won All Pro, 3,700 yards, and then 6 interceptions, 22 touchdowns. The tush push was one of the best plays out there going, and then boom, he goes on. Did they fire Shane? No, he moved on. He just moved on. Yeah, he got hired. And then they brought in his friend, his quarterback coach, Brian Johnson. They said this was going to be the next best thing. And then next thing you know, he kind of plummeted a little bit. Oh, one more thing with Shane Steichen too. His QB rating improved from like 78 to 88 all the way up to 102. So that right there shows you consistency is maybe what Jalen Hurts needs. Brian Johnson, you brought in a whole nother scheme. They technically said it was the same scheme as Shane Steichen, and then boom, maybe it was a little bit more. They took away the motion. I don't know what happened there. I really don't know. But with Kellen Moore, I really think his offense is for a pocket passing quarterback. Like, you have to be able to make a lot of reads. He has a lot of option routes within his concepts. Like, that's one of the things that they said Jalen Hurts didn't like about some of those routes back with Brian Johnson. It was like the option route is not a thing. We've seen what happened the year Dak threw the 15 interceptions. There was a lot of option routes, and him and CeeDee just couldn't figure out, is he going left or is he going right? But technically, one thing with Kellen Moore is consistency. He will get you the number one offense. He has done that a few years in Dallas. I mean, everybody wants to go back to the last year he was with Dallas when Dak threw all them interceptions, but technically that offense was still good. Dak just had a bad thumb, in his throwing hand, and then things happen. Kellen Moore, of course, in big games can make the right adjustments here and there. And then you go back to the Chargers. I really don't know what happened with the Chargers. Maybe, again, with Kellen Moore, he wants to throw so much at the quarterback at one time that they're just like, bro, this is too much. You got to slow it down because I can't get all of this in one setting. Maybe that's on Kellen Moore, but it's also on the player too, because this is day 2 of training camp, and you coming out talking about the offense may be a little too difficult. Like, I don't understand that. Joe?
Am I worried? That's a question, right? Am I worried? Nah, I ain't worried. I think Jalen Hurts will be cool, man. All he's saying is this is a little more complicated than I'm used to. Don't forget, every play was a read option for this dude. Not no more, not with Kellen Moore. Y'all know in the last 8 years, going back to college, 10 offensive coordinators. Sorry, 10 play callers, I should say. So the man hasn't really been had a consistent play caller his whole career. It's been a change every single year for real. The only consecutive year he had the same play caller, he went to the Super Bowl. So the type of player and person Jalen Hurts is, he's going to overcome this obstacle that he has right here, and it is something new to him. So I'm not worried about the Eagles offense, because you listen to Saquon Barkley, you listen to AJ Brown when they talking about the offense, you listen to Devontae Smith, they all like Kellen Moore offense. They actually love it for real, so I think they'll be
receiver. I like it too.
But Saquon Barkley said he loves it too. He said he likes it too.
Okay.
So the difference, I don't think like Kellen Moore. I mean, I think they'll be straight. I'm predicting the Eagles gonna have one of the top offenses in the league next year. They have the weapons for it. Like you said, in the regular season, Kellen Moore has produced back-to-back number one offenses, right, in the league. So were y'all number one 2 years in a row? Or I know one of them years y'all were. Y'all were number one.
I know they were top 5 for sure both years.
Yeah, in the 1 year, they was number one, like points, yards. It was
the year San Francisco came in Dallas and did what they did. We was definitely the number one offense then.
Broke all the Cowboy records.
Yeah, it's the Eagle segment, man.
Yeah, we're not talking about the Cowboys, but but I do want to say this on air because this was mentioned in the chat. Kev and them said that they can be good with Kellen Moore. This is what they said. For those who's watching, Kevo and AJ are Eagle fans. All right,
And Blaze, don't forget about Blaze. He said he could be good too.
Blaze part of it too. Yeah, he was. They said this is what they said. They can be good with Kellen Moore. We can't look at what Kellen Moore did in Dallas. This is what they said. Because the reason why Kellen Moore failed in Dallas wasn't because of Kellen Moore. It was because of Dak Prescott. That's what they said. They didn't have the guy who can get it done. So they got the guy who can get it done, apparently. So they should succeed with Kellen Moore. That's all I'm saying. I just want to lay that out there for everybody. And last thing, y'all, this is like kind of off topic. We're still talking about Kellen Moore. What I don't like about Kellen Moore being the coach is the fact that Nick Sirianni is on the hot seat. And he's on a hot seat, but yet he didn't pick Kellen Moore. You know what I mean? Like think about this. Like if he didn't pick Kellen Moore, right? It was Howie. Howie picked Kellen Moore, and Howie picked the defensive coordinator.
Nick had something to do with that though.
No, I thought Nick Sirianni had something to do with that. His coordinators all the time.
Yeah.
What? Yo, not this time. I thought I read that Howie. They made a decision.
It might be something new. I thought Nick had.
Yeah, that's news to me if that's the case.
No, yeah, starting on that was Nick, but Kellen Moore and what the, you know what I mean, like Brian Johnson, that was Nick also, right? But these two guys, like the owner, I think the owner and the Howie has something to do, like had most say so in that. So I'm like, if you're gonna get fired, you might as well get your people. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. So
this is basically an owner and an owner stepping in.
I think it's more so Howie though. It's Howie.
You mentioned the owner. That's the only reason.
The owner had something to do with that too, though.
But the owner didn't make the decision. It was Howie's decision. That's what I'm saying.
You mentioned the owner. That's the only reason why I said that.
Did I ever say the owner couldn't put his input in? I said the owner can step over the GM and make the decision. That's what I said. Hey, and how did the GM last time I checked, right?
Hey, look. At the end of the day, this sounds like what Mike McCarthy had to deal with when he signed with Dallas. It's like, hey, man, we're going to give you your offensive coordinator and see what happens. I don't know.
We need one of the Eagles to fact check that.
Yeah, nah. I honestly thought Nick Sirianni had something to say, had a say in that. Like he chose his offensive coordinator. I didn't know. That'd be funny. I see Dale. Okay. So Dave, I don't think neither one of us. Are you worried about the Eagles offense after this?
No, I'm not.
Right.
I'm not worried. I just want to, like I said, I want to see it in play. I won't be worried until I see it in play.
Yeah, same here. I mean, at the end of the day, when you got all those weapons, at least you can improvise. You can improvise your way to some wins. Like that's just, nah. I'm sorry.
I'm not worried about them.
Nah.
I'll be shocked if they fold this year. I'll be shocked.
If they fold, that's a whole nother segment. We ain't even gonna go down that road. If they fold, because a lot of heads gonna roll, especially Nick Sirianni. I mean, going off of what you said, Joe, then they got to be Howie because he picked his offensive coordinator. I wouldn't be mad if Howie got fired, but
I mean, neither.
Neither would I.
I know it's gonna be some Eagle fans in the comments on some y'all would like that. And I'm like, anyway.
Yep. Absolutely.
Howie, you can come on down to Dallas. Anyway, speaking of names that won't be spoken on this show, the NFL Top 100 came out, and then they asked, had to do some adjustments. The NFL came out, and they had this interesting clip from Jamar Chase. I'm gonna play it right quick. No, that's the Eagle segment. It was Jamar.
Dude, I'm not saying his name, brother. I'm sorry. Joe.
Who is the number one player on the top 100 this year?
On the what? I'm not saying him. 2 years in a row. But I'm putting Burrow first.
And who is the number one player on the top 100 this year?
On the what? I'm not saying him. I give credit when it's due, but I'm not saying his name.
I don't know who you're talking about.
Yeah, you do. I'm not saying his name, brother. I'm sorry. Joe Burrow. I'm not saying that guy's name.
Now, we did that on replay so y'all can understand how upset he was by y'all asking him that question. Like, y'all already knew what it was. He should have said 1-5 for Kansas City. Like, I'm not going to say his name. But how y'all feel about Jamar Chase saying, I'm not saying his name? And it's a 2-part question here. Do you think the Bengals are the biggest threat to the Chiefs in the AFC?
I got you, Tomo. I know you going first with CeeDee. Yes, they are the biggest threat to the Kansas City Chiefs. Kansas City Chiefs. Biggest threat. Tomo Worms team part 2. You know, they both Bengal fan when the Cowboys losing playoffs. They got to root for somebody. So they go to the orange, the orange and black. But it's funny how both of y'all are going running to the Bengals.
Hey, Warren, we gotta talk, man. I got an idea. We gotta talk.
Maybe that's why they keep. Maybe ever since y'all, Tomo, you was with them since they won the Super Bowl. Well, when you actually put your bandwagon on and they lost in the Super Bowl, so maybe you need to back up. All right.
Actually, they did what the Mavericks did. I got them all the way to the Super Bowl and they lost. This is exactly what happened. They were my dark horse.
The Bengals are the only team I've seen that beating the Chiefs when Joe Burrow's healthy. They're beating. I think they're undefeated against Mahomes in the regular season when they play them. When Joe Burrow plays, they're the only team in the AFC outside of Tom Brady that beat Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs. And a lot of it got to do with their defensive coordinator. The defensive coordinator does a great job with Patrick Mahomes. Even the last time they played the Chiefs, Burrow had all this stuff. This Joe Burrow Stadium. They talking all this trash, giving all this ammo for the Chiefs, and the Chiefs won off a late hit, and they turned into a field goal. It took them that close to beat the Bengals with all that extra inspiration, all that extra edge they had on top of them. So I think the Bengals are the toughest matchup. Look at the AFC. We saw what they did to Lamar Jackson. Now, I'm not saying Lamar can't win this year, but we saw what they did to Lamar Jackson. We saw what they do to Josh Allen every single year. Patriots, Teddy, I'm sorry, not even a conversation, right? Titans, we saw what happened. We saw what happened to D-Watt in Houston, up by 20-something points in the first quarter, walked you down within 6 minutes. So we've seen every quarterback in the AFC go against that guy, Patrick Mahomes, and they all failed except for one guy, and that's Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow is not scared of Chiefs. Jamar Chase not scared of Chiefs. One of Jamar Chase's best games was against the Chiefs. 3 touchdowns, like 266 yards. Burnt them up. So, yes, they are the biggest threat to the Kansas City Chiefs.
Hold on, Dave. I got you, Dave. So you said Jamar Chase is not scared of the Chiefs. But he was just scared to say that man's name in the interview.
You call that being scared?
Did you not hear how he stuttered? He said it about 5 times in the video. Did you just see the video we watched? He said, I'm not saying his name.
He not saying I'm not saying his name because I'm scared. He's like, bro, they won the last 2 years. That's my rival. I'm not saying his name. That's what he's saying.
But I remember vividly him doing an interview where they asked him about receivers, and he named those names so quickly. So I'm just saying he can name a top 5 receiver list, but he can't say who's one of the best quarterbacks in the league.
That's his rival, Patrick Mahomes.
I mean, at the end of the day, Jettas is your rival when it's time to get paid.
That's his best friend. They went to college together.
I don't care about none of that. That right there lets me know the people he not scared of, he could say their name, but the name that he couldn't say got him a little shaken. Because at the end of the day, the Joe Burrow that beat Mahomes was Joe Cool. Slim Shady, I don't know. That's all I'm saying, Joe. It's the different Burrow we looking at here.
That's Cody Rose, man. That ain't Slim Shady.
Somebody, Amber Rose.
That's the one that knocked the Rock out. So I don't know. Cody Rose might do it.
That's right.
But no, I'm not mad at him for saying that. He was just giving them a little show, man. At the end of the day, I just had to mess with you right quick, Joe. At the end of the day, he was just giving him a show. Burrow is my favorite. If Burrow is my quarterback, that's my favorite quarterback. If y'all see who my quarterback is on my team, I talk about Dak. That's my favorite quarterback at this time. Will I say that he's better than Mahomes? To myself, I won't say it on air because it's not true. But if you ask me in the top 100, I would have said it. And do I think that the Bengals are the biggest threat? One of. That's the part you missed, Joe. They're one of the biggest threats in the AFC. They're not the biggest threat.
Who's the biggest?
The team that almost had him if Zay Flowers didn't fumble at the on that touchdown. The Ravens definitely
at the time?
The Ravens definitely had their number. The Ravens had their number. If Lamar would have ran a little bit more, they had their number. That was just it was an anomaly game for Lamar. I don't know what happened. I'm not gonna say he choked, but it was just an anomaly game for him. So I think they're one of. Don't sleep on the Ravens, man.
I'm not.
Go ahead, Dave.
I also agree with Tomo by saying that I don't think the Bengals are the biggest threat, that they are one of. I think the Ravens is definitely one. I think the Houston Texans are one as well. And despite their quarterback play, I think the Browns is someone that could be.
Oh.
I said despite their quarterback play.
I think you about to say they are the best. I think you about to say they are the biggest threat. I'm about to say, come on,
I
man.
think
I'm gonna let you talk for it.
I think the Browns could be, but the biggest threat to me in the AFC to the Chiefs is health. That's what I'm going to say. It's health. I don't think anyone is a threat to Patrick Mahomes, honestly. I don't think anyone threatens them when it comes to them being able to get back to the AFC Championship game. I think Lamar had that chance to solidify himself as the guy that can rival him in the AFC. And with him being healthy, his team being healthy, no one being hurt, he just did not play up to Lamar's part. He didn't play up to his own standards. And that's just what it is for me. The only way that somebody can beat the Chiefs is if they get a lot of injuries. That's how I feel. That's how I feel. I don't think the Bengals are the biggest threat. I don't think the Texans are. I don't think anyone's the biggest threat. I think they're all pretty much the same. I put them all on the same playing field. I don't really put anyone above anybody when it comes to playing against the Chiefs.
Hold on.
We listen.
Who beat the Chiefs in the playoffs? What's the one team the Chiefs don't have a winning record with against in the playoffs?
It's the Bengals.
It's the Bengals. And both games went down to the wire.
They lost to them once and beat them once.
No winning record. They lost to them once and they beat them once. And both games went down to the wire.
You're making it seem like the Bengals have an edge against them in the playoffs, and that's not true. It's a tie.
You said the biggest issue was health. Like the Bengals can't beat them when they already did.
And I'm saying right now, with the team that they've improved with,
With the receiving core? With the receiving core?
The receiving core. That team has improved. What do you mean? The offense has improved.
So you telling me the team they had, right? The offense they had when they went against the Bengals when they lost, it's not better than this offense with Tyreek Hill?
I think
so. They had Tyreek Hill.
I think the combination is probably better. Yeah. But I'm not saying that they have receivers that are better than Tyreek Hill. And you will not hear me say that because Tyreek Hill is, if not the best, or at least the second best wide receiver in the NFL.
Joe Burrow has a winning record with Mahomes, by the way.
Think about this: you got Hollywood Brown, you got the guy that they drafted from Texas, and you got Travis Kelce. That's 3 weapons, not just 2.
Don't forget about Speed Racer
and Isaiah Pacheco back there.
Has that been worthy?
No, Rice.
Oh, Rice. Oh,
and Rasheed Rice.
Yeah,
that too. You pretty much got 3 with two good receivers because Hollywood Brown is not trash. He just, he'll be
good with Mahomes.
He just drops passes a little too often.
Hollywood can't catch.
See, and then you got Rasheed Rice and the NFL, and the NFL has not spoken to the Chiefs about suspending him, so I don't think he's going to get suspended.
Okay.
How can we say the Ravens and the Texans are in the same category with the Bengals when it comes to playing the Chiefs? How can we do that? When the Ravens went to bed, when my man take the whole nation, and I'm a Lamar guy.
It was a close game. You make it seem like they had blown out.
Dave, the Chiefs are up by double digits the whole game. How was that a close game?
Joe, what is the boy? I'm not keep messing up the boy name. If Zay Flowers scores on that play, it's now 14-17.
If the Bengals didn't push Mahomes late on that play, they probably would have won. Would have, could have, should have. It didn't happen.
If the Chiefs didn't hold in the Super Bowl, we probably have a Super Bowl title. But hey,
you sound like another team that said the same thing. So somebody didn't hold, then they probably have a Super Bowl too. So
overthrow Emmanuel Sanders, this guy.
But no, I just don't remind me of that. Oh my gosh. But that's just my opinion. I don't believe the Patriots. Come on.
You talking about that? Oh no, you talking about when Brady was there? Then the
Oh, he's
Patriots
trying to
beat.
win a record. He probably trying to record.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, Brady's gone. We talk. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
The Patriots not no more though.
Yeah,
But
that ain't
the
happening.
Bengals are the biggest. Like to say that is like you basically saying like they can't lose. That's what you're saying basically. They can't lose.
I don't believe so.
Now I get you say, I picked them to win. I mean they're the 2-time Super Bowl runner up, but the Bengals have shown they went into Arrowhead and they beat Patrick Mahomes. Then they went to Arrowhead again while giving Arrowhead more fuel to the fire, and they almost came out with a W in that game. So the Bengals and the regular season, they own it every time they play on. Dub every time. Joe Burrow winning record against Patrick Mahomes.
Hey, I just see what the teams did this offseason, and I believe that they're improved enough to be able to be a threat, just like the Bengals.
Who?
All the teams I named.
So you saying the
First of
Texans
all,
didn't
Lamar my
improve?
guy, but he got to show me something more in the playoffs. Number one, Josh Allen.
We didn't even bring up the Bills. Nobody even brought up the Bills. You brought
And
the Bills.
CeeDee Stroud, bro, second-year player gonna beat Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs. Stop it.
I didn't say he was going to beat him.
But you said he was in the category of Joe Burrow and the Bengals. No. If the Bengals play the Texans in the playoffs, give me the Bengals.
Joe Burrow's only playing one full season. Other than that, he's been hurt.
Huh?
Wasn't that Joe Burrow's second year when he beat Mahomes in the playoffs?
Yes, it was his second year.
Because he got hurt his rookie year. So
Joe
basically, that was his
Burrow.
first year.
Yes,
So you
that
saying
was
a
his-
second-year
that was
quarterback
his
can't
second
do
year.
it?
Yes, it
No,
was.
I'm glad you
Tomo.
brought that up. So you trying to tell me both of the years that he was healthy, he went to the AFC Championship game?
No, hold on. But you just said, no. I see what you're doing. But you just said, do you believe a second-year quarterback can go up there and beat Mahomes?
And Burrow was
we
a
just
second-year
named one.
quarterback
Who
who
was
did that.
yours? So CJ could do it.
That's a good point. That's a great point. I'll give you that. That's it, Tomo. Write that down. You kind of got me right there. But we got to see that happen. But Joe Burrow already done it. I'm saying Joe Burrow and the Bengals are the biggest. If the Chiefs watch the schedule, who do we not want to play? Now, obviously, it's Mahomes. They don't care who they play. But if they said, what would be the toughest game you had to play? Who the biggest threat to y'all? They would say the Bengals. And you see Jamal Chase, like, I don't want to say his name. Talking about, that's how much I want to beat these dudes. Look, Taylor, look. Get on, Tomo, get on.
Get him.
Nah. Well, I mean, y'all got a chance to get me back on this next time, but go ahead.
First of all, LeBron ain't played on first team on NBA besides Derrick Rose. Patrick Mahomes beat Lamar MVP. Josh Allen first place vote. Tua most passing yards. I mean, he being top caliber people. Who LeBron
Brady
beating?
too.
No, he lost to Brady. But who LeBron beating?
Who beat Brady in the playoffs?
Dak Prescott.
Dak Prescott. Come on now.
Dak Prescott did. Put him out of his misery. He said, you know what? You should have stayed with your wife. I'm gonna send you to her early. And when he sent her to her early, it was too late.
It was all Dak
only
fault.
rivalry because they actually. Thank you, J-Mo. They talking about something. Texans and Ravens are in the same boat.
You saying the biggest threat? I just think they're
They
one
are.
of.
No, it got to be. You said the Ravens.
I said one of. I said the one word you missing in your statement is one of.
Yeah, they're one
They're
of.
one
and they're
of
also
the-
the biggest threat.
All right, if you want to put it in tiers, you can say Bengals, Ravens, Texans.
My man.
If you want to do tiers, but they're still one of because it's a group.
That's all I want to hear. But they said they're in the same
I had
tier.
to. I mean, we're gonna see.
I know, right?
We got the second-year quarterback that's about to go up there and do something.
No threats to Kerman. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying there's no threats. I think they're all on the same level to me. I just think Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs are just too good for anybody to beat in the AFC.
But look, biggest threat don't mean you actually lose. Threat mean like, okay, they push you to the brink. It's the Bengals.
I don't know. The Ravens had them, man.
No, they did not. Why they keep saying that? They did not have them, bro.
How many touchdowns did they score that game?
Huh?
The Chiefs had to fight through that game. It ain't like they just went over there and smoked them.
First of all, the Chiefs got a double-digit lead, and Mahomes played conservative the whole game. That's what he said. He got a quick early double-digit lead, and he played conservative. All he focused on was don't turn the ball over.
Hold on. No, he didn't, Joe. Hold on, Joe, because I got it right here. Game started. Ravens punted. Chiefs scored. Ravens scored. Tie game. Then the Chiefs scored. So now you're talking about a 1-point game. You said he came out there and got a quick double-digit lead.
Look, keep reading it. So
no. So then look. Ravens fumble. Chiefs punt. Ravens punt, Chiefs punt, Ravens punt, field goal, end of the half. That's a close game, Joe.
So 10-point lead at the half.
Do you not
So
see
did
all
the
the
Ravens
drives
ever
before
get to
that?
did the Ravens ever get about the single digits? They probably did, but
They did towards the end.
Okay. Now go to the Bengals game. Go to the Bengals and Chiefs game last time they played, and you give me that play-by-play.
All right, I ain't
It's
gonna do
much
that right
closer.
now. You might. All right. We going back and forth. We playing tennis now. All right, you got me on that one. I can't bring that up. Your 1 hour show. We'll take that to the chat.
Bengals about to lose. They play y'all week 1, Teddy. Is that why you saying that? I put money on the Bengals for that game too.
Well, Dave, if you got enough money to put it on that game, then you need to call Jerry Jones because he ain't got enough money to pay his own players. We gotta talk about it right quick. Because look, Dave, I see you over there, Joe. Go ahead, bring up the box score. We're gonna introduce this next topic. Go ahead. If you got it up now, go ahead and say it. It
was a tie ball game, and the Chiefs hit a game-winning field goal with 27 seconds left after a push late hit. So this game, yeah.
And it was snowing.
The Bengals be on a line.
It was snowing though. Context. It was cold. Now it was so cold out there. Them boys didn't know what to do with themselves.
I'm glad my bro came in. And the Bengals.
The only speed bumps on Mahomes highway.
He's defeated against Tom Brady.
I've been Tom Brady and the Bengals. Hey, J-Mo, I see what you did there. Speed bumps on the highway. Let's move forward. We're just gonna move forward. Amicably.
Speed bumps on the highway. Dang.
Man,
what highway y'all on?
Tom Brady drove in Texas.
All right, highway. That's what that is.
Well, if that's the case, then somebody got some gaps in the road because one team can't seem to make it. I said seem to make it. See?
I know.
See?
I realized it after you said that.
Y'all more like Delta. Y'all get there, you just can't get on the plane. So keeping up with the Joneses. We talking about holdout season, and here's holdout season, man. We gotta ask, man, who will cave first? Will it be CeeDee Lamb or will it be the Joneses? Despite the Joneses saying they've been speaking with CeeDee Lamb, talking about the contract extension, CeeDee comes out and says, I haven't heard a word from the Joneses. You let me know. And now he is holding out of training camp. And the question goes back, and I'll ask it again. Who will cave first, CeeDee or the Joneses? So let me give you a quick rundown of how the Cowboys have been doing this. We're going to start back with a wide receiver in 2015. His name was Dez Bryant. Dez Bryant was coming off one of his best seasons, similar to what CeeDee did. He's gotten better for those since he's been in the league, kind of similar to CeeDee Lamb. He had 88 catches, like 1,200 yards, 12 touchdowns, and that was in the last 3 years. On July 15th, because you got to think, they were trying to franchise tag him, and Dez was like, nah, I'm not going to do that. I'm not playing. You're going to pay me my money, because I think Julio had got paid around that time, Calvin Johnson, then you had A.J. Green. There was a lot of wide receivers, man. The league and the wide receivers. I think Michael Thomas got some money, too. And Dez said, I'm not showing up for training camp. The Joneses just wound up caving in, gave Dez a 5-year, $70 million deal. Boom, that's one player. Let's fast forward to 2019, DeMarcus Lawrence. Same thing, coming off one of his best seasons as a pass rusher, a.k.a. run stuffer. They were trying to franchise tag him. He said, I'm not going to sign the tag, but I will show up to training camp, but I'm going to do a hold in. Kind of similar to what's going on with BA right now. And guess who caved? The Joneses. They ended up paying him. Let me see if I got the numbers right here. The two agreed on a 5-year extension worth $105 million. So the Joneses they down right now. They looking like Josh Allen against Mahomes. And then 2019, we all know what happened in 2019. Cabo Zeke. That's when the Zeke who came out. Zeke said, look, man, I'm trying to get an extension, and I'm not showing up to training camp until you all pay me. It took him all the way up until around about August. Oh, it was a 40-day holdout. My bad. It was a 40-day holdout. It was right before the beginning of the season. And guess what they did? Extended Ezekiel Elliott for 6 years, $90 million. Still mad at Zeke about that one. And then we going to fast forward again. Zach Martin. I think we talked about this backstage about Trent Williams, but Zach Martin held out again of training camp in 2023. He said, hey, man, I'm on the last 2 years of my deal. I need some more money. And guess what happened? Mid-August, they said, hey, Zach, come on in, man. We're going to make sure we get this done. And Zach signed an extension of about 8.5, and they guaranteed him about $18 million. If I'm wrong on those numbers, somebody helped me out there. But look, at the end of the day, I say all that to say this. The Joneses are going to cave. They've done it before. They'll do it again. That's exactly what it is. I just had to give y'all the history of why I know they're gonna cave. They talk a good game, but they gonna cave.
I agree. They gonna cave. Tomo, I'm confused. You drive CeeDee Lamb. First round. Not second round, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh. First round. You get rid of Amari Cooper, knowing eventually that he's gonna, be a starter. And when he gets to his last year of his contract, you don't got an extension for him. You wait until all the receivers get paid so the price can keep going up. I don't get it. I think what they try to do is, nah, he ain't gonna hold out. He's not gonna let that money keep eating his pockets. Bro, what's 20? How much he getting fined? 40,000? How much that? How much he getting fined?
Up to like 40, right?
Bro, yeah. 40,000. If you get a $35 million contract, what's 40,000? Let's be real. So I think he's gonna cave too. But when I first heard the news, I'm like, this is rah. They're gonna pay him before training camp, and apparently they haven't. And on top of that, talking about y'all gonna have enough money for this? Because on not him, he want to get paid, and your boy want to get paid too. On the defensive side of the ball, Parsons, he want to be the highest paid non-QB in the NFL. So are they gonna have enough money next year to pay this dude? That's all I want to know. And CeeDee Lamb, I know people say, I think he should get like Jordan Love. I think he should get paid more than Justin Jefferson. I'm sorry. I think like he next man up. He need to get his bread. I'm sorry. That's how it works. Jerry, you waited too long, the price went up. That's how it goes. The longer you wait, the more the price go up. So if I'm CeeDee Lamb, deuces, I might show my flip-flops. I might show my little shades and my hair tie, my dreads. I might do that, like pull a BA. But I'm like, nah, bro. I can't even show my face because you're going to think I'm on cave. I'm going to just sit back. I might go to Cowboy, hit up Zeke and see what he did a couple of years ago and wait for my big contract to get signed.
What's crazy is they both pretty much have the same kind of sort of contract. If you look at Micah Parsons and CeeDee Lamb, they both signed 4-year, $17 million contracts, pretty much.
Yeah, drafted around about the same spot too, I think.
And they both are getting paid like what?
They're both getting paid $17 million. Well, I know this year actually, Micah's only making pretty much $3 million this year. But next year, he's scheduled to make $21 million.
That's with the option, right?
Yeah, with the option. CeeDee this year is making about 17.9, which is really $18 million this year. Which is it's the last year of his contract. This is the second time he's done this where he waited on the last year of the contract to pay somebody. He did that with Dak. And you saw what happened with Dak. Dak became the highest paid quarterback. It's going to happen again with CeeDee Lamb. CeeDee Lamb had his best season last year. Whew. He was one of the best wide receivers in the league last year, and I'm talking about top 5. He was amazing last year. He did everything that he needed to do last year to help his team get to where they were, along with Dak, of course, but having them be the winning the division last year. And they're pretty much not trying to wait to thinking he's going to give them a discount. CeeDee Lamb, like, nah, my guy, all pro. I was one of the best wide receivers last year. You gonna pay me my money. You gonna pay me my money. And then not even just CeeDee and Micah, Dak want to get paid too.
Trevor Lawrence getting $55 million.
So it's Dallas gonna have some problems. I think somebody is gonna be gone soon. I think somebody's gonna be gone soon. Whether it's Micah, Dak, or CeeDee, I think one of them gonna be gone soon. I don't know who it is, but my guess is Dak. I think Dak may be gone. If not this year, he'll be gone next year. I think just because they don't have the money. They have like $2 million in cap space right now, something like that, $3-4 million in cap space. They don't have a lot of money to go around. They didn't even rework any contracts within the team to try to free up more money.
Man.
There are teams that do this all the time. The Eagles have done this. The 49ers have done that. The Commanders have even restructured contracts as well. I've seen the Dolphins restructure contracts. What's up with Jerry Jones and not doing whatever he can to free up money so he can pay his players? He always say he all in on his players. Well, you're not all in if you're not paying them. If you wait until the last year of their contract, that means you're not all in on them. That means you want to see if they're gonna cave in and give you a discount. Not everybody is one of your boys like Des Bryant. Not everybody's one of your boys like Michael Irvin was. Not everyone's one of your boys like Tony Romo was. They want their money. And you paid Tony Romo too.
I'll say actually all three of them did the same thing and they paid him.
But what I'm saying is those were his boys and he paid them.
Mm-hmm.
These guys they might not be the ones that want to hang around you all the time, like those guys did, but they want their money. They went out there and earned it. However you feel, that's your quarterback you got right now. That's the best quarterback you got in there, unless they believe in Trey Lance or Cooper Rush. We don't know. Then you got CeeDee. What other wide receiver you got other than CeeDee Lamb?
You got Brandon Cooks.
He not CeeDee. Let's be honest.
And
out of your front seven, who's Micah Parsons? No
Michael
one.
Parsons. Sam Williams looked just like him.
Yeah, but he don't play like him.
That's what I'm saying.
So you got to pay one of these guys. Who are you gonna pay? I don't know. That's your decision. This is what Jerry Jones. This is what you've done. This is what you put in here. You and Stephen Jones are responsible for this. Y'all need to pay these guys or fold.
Real quick, Tomo, before you go. In that press conference, Tomo, what Jerry say? How many Pro Bowlers we got out there? How many Pro Bowlers? 13. I think it was 13. And 11 All Pros. This is a really good team. This is, he patting his back. Really good team. We draft well. Well, guess what, Jerry? That's what happens when you have all these Pro Bowlers in the last 3 years. All these All Pros in the last 3 years. 36 wins in the last 3 years. Only one playoff win. That's what happens. All these dudes will want their bread. Yeah, one playoff win, Tomo, against Tom Brady. Now look at this.
Last 3 years?
Yeah, last 3 years. Lost the 49ers in the first round, lost the 49ers in the second round, and lost to Green Bay. Got smacked in the first round by the 17th youngest team in NFL history and win the playoffs.
The fact that you rumbling us off like you got it like just in your memory, that lets me know you're a true Commanders fan. Like, why are you just rambling these losses off like that?
No, I want to say this.
You good with
like 49ers, 40.
I want to say this.
It's like the same team 3 times.
Michael Parsons, Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb, they are all not staying. Nick Bosa get paid $34 million. Parsons want more. Giannis get paid $33 million. CeeDee want more. And Trevor Lawrence, who also got one playoff victory, $55 million. Man, we can kidnap Chelsea Clinton. Come on now. So he's not going to be able to keep all these guys. They waited too long. I'm sorry. It is what it is. And Dak can give them no discount. Y'all know how Dak is. Dak gonna mess. I ain't Romo. I ain't giving a discount. So
Dak ain't giving nobody a discount. He like, nah, I want my money.
So Joe, I had to let you get your rant up, but let me address a few things and then we can definitely get out of here. One, the Cowboys have been restructuring contracts a lot, but it came up until this year. This is why they in cap hell. That's why they like, we're not doing this no more. Because they used to do it with Zach Martin, Tyron Smith, Dak, so on and so forth. That's why Dak is owed another 60. All right, Joe. You want to get your last words in right quick?
Go Commanders. CeeDee, hold out. Micah, hold out. Hold out. Oh, that's fine. All right, y'all. Peace.
All right. But what was I saying? So yeah, they've been doing this for some years now. But basically this is the year where they're like, all right, bro, all this finally catching up to us. This credit card bill was too high, so we just gonna have to bite the bullet. One thing I do agree with you is one of those players are gonna have to go, and I think it is going to be Dak because of the press conference that happened today where Stephen Jones came out and was like, well, Jadders was able to get his money because of the quarterback situation. You see, they're not paying their quarterback too much. And then I think he also wanted to allude to the 49ers who have a lot of great players too, and y'all found a way to pay all of them. But how much is your quarterback making? Again, your quarterback being at such a low bar allows you to pay all these top Pro Bowlers and all pro players. And Dak being at 60 mil is going to hurt. So again, unless they do a contract where they can structure it kind of like what Jalen Hurts is with, or Jalen Hurts / Mahomes, where it's team friendly in the first few years, and then it's a balloon payment on the back end, they can keep all of them. But I think it will be Dak at the end of the day. They will pay CeeDee. Michael came out and said, look, I'll wait till 2025 to figure out what they're going to do with me, aka I'm going to hold out too if they play these games. So Dallas just got to figure it out. Again, here you go, waiting till the last year, one of your best players. They're going to wait till Michael make defensive player of the year, and they're going to be like, well, I mean, technically he didn't show up in the playoff. They really bank on them playoff games and not pay these players. So if I'm a Cowboy player, I'm looking at this situation and being like, all right, first things first, get to the playoffs. Second thing is we got to find a way to win a playoff game so they can stop holding this over our head. So now that we win a playoff game, now you got to really pay me. So again, I think they will cave on CeeDee, but if it had to be one of the three players, it will be Dak.
Yeah, that was my thinking. I'm just thinking just because of, for one, he don't have the greatest relationship with Jerry Jones.
Nah.
And that's been very outspoken multiple times. And
he
pretty much said something like that today. I think I posted that in the chat. I kind of want to say it. Let me go see if I can find it.
It should be most recent.
Yeah. So Dak said, I want to be here, but when you look up, all the great quarterbacks I watched played for other teams. That's not something to fear. It may be reality for me one day. It may not be my decision. So he may already got a whiff that he might just be gone. Like he may get traded. They may not just sign him. So he just it's out of his decision. But that's
he
because
got no trade clause though. So that's the only thing he do have a decision in.
Well, there you go. So if he gets traded, then it's going to be because he wants to go somewhere. So I mean, man, problems in Dallas, just like it's problems in San Francisco.
Days of our lives, man. That's what I'm saying. Hey, man, Kellen Moore want to tank it, and how we get fired? Like there's some places that'll take you out. I'm just saying, y'all can clip me up on that one.
Yeah, but Jerry Jones ain't hiring no GM.
Nah, it's all in house. They just gonna keep it the way it is, man.
Exactly. He got Stephen Jones doing that right now, so that's all it'll be.
Let's get out of here.
Great show. My last words is shout out to Miami Heat for giving Josh. Dang, why did I forget his
a
name?
Pat Riley moment.
I did. I definitely did. I did. Josh Christopher, two-way contract. So now he's going to be in the Miami Heat. More likely, he'll get some playing time with the G League, and he'll more than likely be able to play in. If you know Miami, he's going to get some playing time in the NBA. He's going to get some playing time. So I like the fact that they gave him the opportunity because he had a really good summer league. He played his butt off, helped the Miami Heat win a summer league championship. But that's not the championship that we all really care about. You want to win the actual ring and compete there. So good thing that he showed some promise there. So want to see what's going to happen with that. And then shout out to the WNBA, man. They're making a lot of money, making some deals, improving a lot of things. The Chicago Sky just put $38 million in a new practice facility. So it's awesome. It's awesome. The Golden State Valkyries have already sold out tickets, and they haven't even played a game yet. And it's a brand new team that starts next season. They already sold out on tickets. So it's awesome. It's awesome to see. And this is what I've been, what I've been talking about for the last few years. I want to see the NBA get more play, and they are. So shout out to WNBA.
So my last words is just gonna be a piggyback of what you said with the WNBA, and just me knowing a little bit about expansion teams. So now that means they have to do a pool and pull from players from other teams that's already in the league, right?
Pretty much, or get like free agent. It'll be one of that, something like that. Because
okay.
there are women that are just free agents that just like Taya Cooper. She's a free agent. The girl that just got cut by
from Chicago Sky.
Yeah, she's got cut by them. So you got her. There are plenty of women out there that are just looking for teams. So
okay, so then that'll work out. Because I was thinking, because I know Cheryl Miller came out and said something about the 2.2 bill, and she was like, not enough.
Yeah, she said it should have been 8 bill, but
because
right now, you're right, but you got to get what you got to get right now.
Yeah, And I agree with her.
It's probably the most that they've been offered for a while.
That's a fact. That's why.
So,
but when she said it, I was like, man, she must have been watching Refuse to Lose, because after she said that, she was like, the league's in good hands from here on, because you got to think about the ladies that's coming up. So yeah, shout out to, again, Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark for just like turning the tide a little bit, bringing that energy from college back into the WNBA. And those are my last words. Make sure y'all like, subscribe to all the shows on the network too. And I ain't gonna say Jerry get it done. He gonna do it on his own time. So at the end of the day, hey man, I'm just a fan.
Exactly. All right, y'all. We'll see y'all tomorrow, 7 p.m. Other than that, peace.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all in the next episode.